Hello, please, can you hear me from your end? Okay, so thank you so much for that. Good evening. I welcome you to this night section where we are going to. Okay, so I can see that you can hear me clearly now. So you can just kindly mute your mic so that you can drop reaction. So when there is time for discussion, then you can easily unmute your mic because we are going to be doing maybe little or lot of things tonight, but it's not going to be that much because we are going to be breaking tonight's section into three phases. The first one is the discussion of the book that we read. The second section is going to be about the discussion of who you want to become, who you want to emulate on this online space. And then the third part of this session tonight is going to be based on how to get started. So we have to take it one step at a time so that we can all achieve everything accordingly by the special grace of God. So let's get started from the beginning. I gave you an assignment yesterday in our previous session, and presently you've all submitted your assignment. So before we even talk about the book that you read, because I'm sure presently you guys should be on the same page where we are. What page did we stop in the book that we are reading now? Can somebody unmute herself and tell me what page we stopped? I'm listening. Oh. What page did we stop?
Psalm 41.
Okay. Number 41. All right, okay. So that's fine.
That is 42.
42?
5, 1, 6.
Okay, 43. All right, so no problem. No problem. I'm not sure this number is equal to my own here, but it's fine. So we are going to be breaking down three things before we end our section tonight. The first one is going to be the summarization of what we have learned, because you remember in our last class I said this particular group is meant for you, for those that are going to be serious and ready to take the move. Those are the ones that this particular training are into. Please, I am not seeing Aisha. What happened to her? Zainab, please, what happened to her? Is she there with you? Is Aisha there with you?
I'm not sure. She's doing something.
Okay, no problem. No problem. So while we wait for her then, Joy, I want you to give me a brief summarization of that particular person you sent the screenshot that you felt like you want to emulate. Can you tell me what you know about the person and the reason why you wanted to be like that person? You can unmute your mic and then you continue to talk. You can unmute your mic.
Okay. Good evening, sir. The person has screenshotted. Her name is Didi Johnson. She's a visibility coach. She's a content writer. What I want to do like her is because I started launching this Facebook ads, promoting of business. Then I love writing, so I think I should learn more about writing. I want to be professional in writing.
Okay. Okay, she's a visibility coach and she's also a content writer. So that is why you want to be like her so that you too can also know how to write very well, and then you can also be more visible. All right, no problem. That is a very good one. So let us hear from Zainab, the person you sent. Why did you want to be like the person? Welcome, 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 Aisha. Welcome. So, Zainab, please, you have the floor. Kindly summarize the reason why you wanted to be like that person and what the person is doing presently.
Good evening, everybody. I want to be like MXO because number one, she's a Muslim. Number two, I love the way she create content and carry our community along. I love the way she vlogs every single like part of herself, and I love the way she collects PR packages and makes video about them, especially skincare. Then I just love everything about her. That's why.
All right, okay, so that's a very good one as well. That's a very good one. Okay, so that's good. Let's move to the third person, Aisha. So the person you screenshot, can you explain in summary why you wanted to be like that person?
Okay, so basically, sir, she's like what I'm interested in, what I want to do. Like they are into what I used to do, and they are blogging and everything. And that's why I'm
All right, okay, so that is a very good one as well. You've all seen somebody that you want to be like. There is something about this online space. You need to have somebody that you want to be like. According to what the person that Zainab sent, I watched her own video. I think she was the only one that sent video. I watched the video and I watched what the lady said. The person you want to be like, you need to let the person motivate you, and then you need to always do well. I think the lady said something that I grabbed. She said that when she sees those persons that she wants to be like, she tried to reach out to them and ask them, how are you doing this thing? How did you get this life? How did you do this and that? So that she can also do the same thing that they are doing. And trust me, if you follow that particular step, you are going to be like that person. If you put in more effort than the person, you are going to be more than that person. So overtaking is allowed online so far you are ready to put in the work. So anybody that you are emulating that you want to be like, make sure you are always looking at what the person is doing. Let the person give you, we call something ginger. Let the person always give you ginger anytime you see the person, and then make sure you are always implementing as we are about to start this particular training today. Because I can see that you guys are always also falling into content creating. You are going to be using all the tools in this particular training. Every tools that will make you achieve that your goal. We are going to talk about everything one after the other. Apart from that, every skills that will now allow you to be successful on that goal, we are also going to break it down for better understanding so that you can be like them and even be beyond them. So I'm sure that is clear like that. So now let's get to the next section of this thing. This is going to be like the first session. Summarization of what you have learned from the book that you are reading presently. So can somebody, let's start from Aisha this time around. We are going to be taking it backward. So Aisha, can you explain in brief what you have learned from that particular book? No excuses. What you have learned from that book. Can you quickly summarize what you learned from it for me? In just 1 to 2 minutes or lesser than that. In just 1 to 2 minutes or lesser than that, kindly summarize what you learned from that book. No excuses.
okay, sir. Come, sir.
Okay.
The book stated, the name of the book is No Excuse, and it's actually very encouraging.
Okay.
And the pages I read, start from the first page, that's I feel like it asks some question about financial ideal life, health ideal life, how I want to be successful in my own ways. Then starting with like the book stated that most people, most billionaires now started nothing.
Yes,
That
exactly.
it's gradual. And other chapter also stated that hard work is the key, and truly hard work is really the key.
Yes.
Also, success is predictable, and so as failure. That it depends on our hard work, and that's how successful we live. I also read that self-discipline and success, they are like 5 and 6. The more disciplined you are, the more successful you become. And the growth mechanism makes one more productive.
Wow, that is lovely.
Success says that you have to decide what you think you want in life. Determine the price that you are going to have to pay to get everything you want, and resolve to pay that price. And learn from experts. Like you said,
Yes.
that people want to become. They meet people that are in the field, like to motivate them and that type of thing. So that's my brief summary of chapters I've read.
Wow, that's a very, very good one. I really, really appreciate that. And I've even seen that you've actually learned 1 or 2 things from that particular book. So thank you so much for that. Let's quickly move down to the second person, which is Zainab. Can you summarize what you learned in the book?
So good evening once again, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
What I learned from the book is the power of self-discipline. That Then there were some questions asked about success, how we define success, how we live in order to be happy. If we could wave a magic wand and make our life perfect in every way, what would it look like? Our business, work, career were ideal in every way, what would they look like? They will look like how we want, like those people that we look up to.
Yes.
We are serious and we have to do. That is what our life is going to look like.
Exactly.
The popular definition of success is being able to live your life in your own way, doing only those things that you want
to do. Yes, exactly.
In the situation you desire. I also learned that we should not hold that thing that we want to do. We want to succeed. We want to succeed to just do it. Take that bold step.
Yes, take that bold step. Good.
This and lack of self-discipline will make us a failure.
That is a very, very good.
I also learned that your first goal in your career should be to get into the top 20% in your field.
Yes.
What I mean by that?
Yes, I can hear you.
What I mean by that is that what you choose to do should be your first goal, and more than your expectation.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so thank you so much for that. Don't let us waste too much of time, because I am really, really enjoying you guys, because I can see that now that you can summarize what you have read from the book, you also summarize it with your mouth. I'm sure definitely it has already sink in your body and you can always utilize it. So I'm waiting for Joy. It's remaining your turn now. Can you quickly summarize what you have learned from the book we were reading. We started from page 30, if I'm not mistaken, page 30 what? In my book here, I have page 21, but your book, you started from page, what did we start from? We read only about 12 pages. I guess page 30 something or page 20 something. Okay, so Joy, please can you summarize what you also learned from this book, No Excuses? Please, Joy, can you hear me clearly? Okay, I guess our network is not okay presently, so it's fine like that then. So probably when she comes back, if she can still meet up, she can easily summarize, but if she doesn't, then she'll get the replay and then we move on. So no problem about that. So this particular book that you are reading is one of the first books that will really help you in the journey that you are about to start in this your digital learning of skills. Because without book that you are reading, you cannot easily achieve some things online. But when you read this book, you'll be exposed to some secrets, you'll be exposed to some information, and you'll be exposed to some knowledge that will allow you to be successful on this your online journey. So that was why I said we should start with this particular book, because you are really, really going to learn a lot, which I am currently seeing that you have started learning a lot, self-discipline. So now I'm going to be breaking it down in a little short form, and I'm going to be buttressing on some points. But the area I'm going to be focusing much more this night is that area of join the top 20%. Join the top 20%. You are going to be meeting this particular word in each and every books that you are going to be reading, especially marketing book and sales book. I'll tell you the secret about this online and this offline, or generally this world. For you to do anything this world, you need to be able to sell something to another person. For you to be able to acquire more money, more knowledge, more anything. When we talk about this world generally, you need to be able to know how to sell something. And for you to be able to know how to sell, you need to have so many skills. So we are still going to be talking about the skills that you are going to be needing. But in this world, they said something that join the top 20%. Because in our society, how this world is being made, you will see that in Nigeria, we only have limited people that are at the top, and we have a lot of people that are suffering underneath. Why is it like that? Those people that are at the top, they strive hard to join the 20%, and then they left the remaining for all these 80% of us to manage. So how do I mean? So you see this particular online space that you have, there are a lot of people that also want to be exposed to more knowledge, more skills, more tools in order for them to make the money online. But the truth about it is that they don't have the ability to do the work in order for them to join the top 20. The only way you can join the top 20 of people that are going to be ruling this online space tomorrow, you remember we are not dealing about today. Yesterday, when our parents were very younger, they were talking about computer age. A lot of them did not join computer age that time. And presently, computer has taken ground, and people that joined then, they were ruling their world. This is now our own time. Presently, we are going closer to digital age. Digital skills are coming in. People that learn it very well now, they are going to be among the 20% that are going to be enjoying the benefits when the time comes, because the time is just coming. So that is why this particular group, Digital Young Innovators Hub, is created for young digital people that are interested, or children, let me just use young innovators that are interested in learning digital skills, So the purpose of you reading this particular book majorly is for you to be able to join the top 20% that is going to be enjoying from this digital space. So that is that about that. Another thing that we need to talk about, I said, describe your own ideal life. We don't need to talk about that one. You've known much about that one. Work hard. Hard work is the key. Hard work is the key. Presently, as we are going to start the journey of your learning, please and please, you have to put in the hard work. Just like the way you have started reading this book with your mind and you are understanding, you have started putting in the hard work like that. And believe me, it's going to pay off very, very soon. When you start seeing the way you talk among your friends, and you start seeing the way you think among your friends, and you start seeing the respect that people around you are giving you, then you realize the importance of this book that you are reading. Because nobody will read this book from the beginning till the end, and the brain will remain the same. The brain will never remain the same. You are going to 100% move from somewhere to another place. So that is why every time you are reading this book, make sure you are always putting your mind in it, and anything you read, you need to implement it. So another thing I want to quickly talk about is starting with nothing. They said that a lot of multimillionaires in America, each and every one of them started with nothing. I'm sure you that you are currently watching me today, or you that you are currently listening to me today, you are also nothing presently, which you also want to become something. This book is telling you that a lot of American billionaires, they started just like the way you are starting like this. They don't have any money. They don't have any knowledge. They don't have any skill. But with consistency, with hard work, with what they are doing, following people that are successful, learning what they are learning, doing what they are doing consistently, they become a millionaire and even multimillionaire and much more than billionaire in their country. So believe me, you already have your role model that you want to be following. You are going to be learning the skills. You are going to be learning the tools required. Please make sure you are also hardworking, so that you can also be the best that you want to become. Success is predictable. This success is predictable is talking about if you are doing the right thing, just like the way you know you are happy with yourself, joining this particular group shows that no, I know what I'm doing, I feel I'm growing in myself. That is how success is also predictable if you are doing the right thing, following the right step, learning the right skills, and doing the right thing. You will definitely succeed. Before I started making money online, let me share you a little of my experience. When I started following my mentor then on YouTube, I started watching his video. I started jotting down each and everything that I wanted to jot. Then I did not have any system. And I was looking in my mind that, okay, I will need system. I just wrote it down in one of my books. I will need system to do this one. Then I continued to learn everything that he's teaching. And then what did I do? I did not wait for me to have system. I started with that my phone to start implementing what I can implement with my phone. So you cannot always get everything you want at start like this, but you can always start from somewhere. Every successful people, every billionaire started from somewhere before they started buying big cars, big houses, and each and everything that they have gotten. So always know in your mind that you are starting from somewhere. Your hard work and your consistency is going to go a long way in your journey. So make sure you are ready to put in the work. They said learn from your experts. That one too is another thing. Learn from your experts. You are going to be meeting different people that are doing what your role model is doing. Don't because you have a role model, you now do not want to learn from others. You are going to be learning from people that are doing what is related to what your role model is doing, so that you can get more knowledge about that particular thing that you want to do. When you can get your knowledge from different people and you now work out on that particular thing, you will realize that you are going to be much more better than those people that you are becoming, that you are copying rather. You become much more better than them. Because why? You have learned from different lots of people that have the same thing that your role model have. You've gathered every one of them, then you now implement them on yourself. You 100% be better than them. So when you put in the work. So that is that about that. By the special grace of God, we are going to continue our book from where we stop tomorrow. 3 pages per day. 3 pages per day. So that is that about that. Please, I hope you understood that perfectly. Kindly drop a reaction, or you unmute yourself and let me know before we continue with the next thing that we want to talk about. All right, okay, so thank you so much for that. So the next thing we now want to discuss on our agenda now, we've been able to clear that book part. All thanks to God that you've been able to learn 1 or 2 things within these 4 days that we have gone to holiday: Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So by tomorrow, we are going to continue from where we stopped. 3 pages per day. 3 pages per day. No excuses. So that is that about that. So the next thing we now want to do now is, now that you have your role model, and most of your role model are content writers, we are going to be starting. Let me first summarize how all these people make money for you, so that you can have little idea about how they are also making money. Some of them are making money selling something, or majority of them are making money selling something. Either they are selling a product or they are selling a lot of things. But for them to be able to achieve that thing that they are doing, they have been able to build their audience. They have been able to build their audience. If you don't have audience on this online space, you will not make money. I'm repeating, if you don't have audience on this online space, you will not make money. How are you going to be having the audience? Believe me, I'm going to teach you everything accordingly when we get to that particular place. So that is that about that. So we are going to be starting with the learning of setting up our content creators part. Setting up our content creators area. For example, your TikTok account, your Instagram account, your Facebook account, and your YouTube account. We are going to be dealing with only 2, because that is where most of content creator thrives very well. We are going to be dealing with those 2 because you can easily make money from your content if you start very small. You remember, we are starting from nothing and we are going to somewhere. When I started my blogging business last year, I did not have any money on the blog. But when I continue to post and I continue to do what people that I am following are doing, presently I am now making money on it. Just like my YouTube, just like every other thing that I'm doing online. So we are going to start very small and we are going to grow big. What we are going to be talking about now is how to build our YouTube channel. That is one of the most important parts that we are going to focus on for this week. Today is Monday. So by the special grace of God, by Friday, I think I want us to have created our account. I want us to have created our YouTube account. Yes, I want us to have created our YouTube account. How can we achieve this? I'm going to be putting you through on how to go about it one after the other. So I'm going to be sending you videos. We are going to implement everything that I did. If you are not getting anything right, you have to send the screenshot to the group, not my DM presently, because we are still building this thing together. We are still building our pages together now. We have not started what we want to do initially. We are building our pages down first. We are going to open our YouTube channel. So once we open our YouTube channel, then we can now proceed with the next thing. Because before you can achieve growth on your YouTube channel, there are some skills that you need to learn. Do you understand it now? There are some skills that we need to learn before you can be able to achieve that. So what are those skills? We are going to be talking about it, but we have to take it one after the other. So I think that is that about that. Do you have any question, please? So please, do you have any question before?
No, sir.
Okay, so no problem about that. So what we want to do now, starting from this week, we want to open our YouTube account. When we open our YouTube account, then we are going to now start with the first skill, because the skill that we are going to be learning is going to be covering writing part and video part. So that is why I wanted us to create a YouTube channel readily available before we now start learning those skills. So I think that is what we are going to be doing. So that is that about that. So on our, let me check this particular group. What's the name? So on our book reading, we stopped at page 43. Page 43. So by the special grace of God, we are going to continue from that place tomorrow. We are going to continue from that page 43 tomorrow, which simply means that page 44, 45, 46, that is what we are going to be reading tomorrow. And then on Wednesday, anything, I'm going to be dropping you your video tomorrow morning. The video that you are going to be watching, and everything I did in the video, you are going to be implementing that thing. You have to submit your assignment on Wednesday before we join this live session. Please, I hope that is clear and understood. Tomorrow, by the grace of God, I'm going to be dropping you the video of what you want to create. So once you create that particular thing, the next thing you want to do is to create it and submit the assignment in the group on Wednesday. You are going to be using the old tomorrow to implement, and you are also going to be using the old Wednesday to implement, so that before this time on Wednesday, you need to have completed your work that I'm going to be giving you. So that is that about that. So Wednesday, I'm going to be listing out the process or everything that we are going to be learning in this skill that will help us achieve that our goal that we want to achieve on this online space based on that our role model. Because just like the way you are reading this particular book now, that people around you cannot know what is inside you and what is inside your head. That is how it's going to look like when you achieve all these skills and you know all these tools. People will just look you normally. They won't know that you have something way more than them. So when you are doing some things online, they'll just be like, oh, who is this girl? How is she doing all these things? Who taught her all these things? That is how it's going to look like. So please and please, everything I'm going to be teaching you, make sure you know them perfectly and make sure you are implementing them every single day. So I think we are going to stop there tonight by the special grace of God, and then we are going to continue from here on Wednesday. So what pages are you expected to read? Page 44, page 45, page 46, page 47, page 48, page 49. That is what you are going to be reading before we meet on Wednesday by the special grace of God. So do you have any question before we end the live session tonight? If you have any question, please kindly let me know so that I can...
I have a question, sir.
What do you say, please?
I said I
I don't have a question, sir.
Okay, so what about Aisha? Okay, let me assume Aisha too doesn't have any question that she wants to ask us tonight. So let's just call it a night and then let's continue reading our special grace of God. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to be dropping video that you are going to be watching to start creating your account. There are a lot of things that we are going to be creating, so I hope by the grace of God we should be able to complete it this week. Yes, I hope by the grace of God we should be able to complete it this week. So thank you so much for joining this live tonight, and by the grace of God, let's continue to read our book. We have 6 pages to read before Wednesday. Take your time, read it very carefully, and make sure it sinks inside your body system as you are reading it. And every time you are on the spot, make sure you are always implementing everything that you have learned. So thank you so much, and do have a good night rest. I'll see you tomorrow in the group where I drop you the video that you are going to be watching. Bye for now.
Bye bye, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right, you're welcome.